Welcome back to the Humble Market Timer YouTube channel. Once again, if you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Today's video will be on VNET Group. That's ticker symbol VNET. I think it's going to make a huge move in the very, very near future. Before I go any further, here's my disclaimer. Again, these are my sole ideas, not investment advice. Now, VNET Group is a leading carrier in cloud-neutral internet data center service provider in China. They provide hosting and related services, including IDC services, cloud services, and business VPN services to improve the reliability, security, and speed of its customers' internet infrastructure. In other words, they're an AI data center play. And for the sake of this company and what's important, I think that is the main thing that you need to focus on regarding VNET. Let's look at the chart of VNET. Now, as you can see, this stock has been on a bit of a roller coaster in the last 5 years. If you notice, we had a huge spike in the price around the pandemic time frame, and a lot of that had to do with the thought of there being an increased adoption in working from home, gaming, and just all things internet, because things were shut down in China. And this is one of the companies that benefited the most from the pandemic many years ago. But as things kind of faded with the anticipation of a ramp up in utilizing all these things and things got back to normal, the price dropped, and it dropped all the way down to about $1. So this stock has really cratered from about $45 all the way to $1 back in 2024. And just kind of look at VNET and AI data centers as it relates to China, as it relates to the US. China is about 2 to 3 years behind what the US is as far as their rollout of data centers. So the stocks that represent data centers in China haven't had the type of run up that we've had in the US. Stocks like IRM, ticker symbol IRM, have had massive moves. It's in a similar space. Ticker EQIX is another ticker in that data center, AI data center space that has had a huge move. The tickers in China that represent that space haven't had those moves, and it's because there's so many years behind where the US is. But I believe that gives you some foreshadowing of where they potentially will be in the very near and coming future, because they're behind. I believe that they will eventually catch up and also have huge run-ups, much like the US companies did. But getting back to the chart, you can see that it fell on hard times, but it recently had a huge spike from that dollar range all the way to almost $16 in a very short time frame. And that has led, and a lot of it has to do with the anticipation of the AI data center rollouts. That since too has declined a bit in its exuberance and its enthusiasm, but as you can see, it is starting to curl and trend back up. And what we're finding is that we're finding a very distinct downtrend line that is being shown on the chart over a 5-year time frame. And I believe that at some point when this downtrend is triggered, that's when you will have a major spike in the price. Looking more short term, if you notice here, again, this is a weekly chart. You can see here we have what looks to be a very distinct cup and handle type price action. And as you can see, we're starting to break out of that price action. Very bullish price action for VNET in recent months and in 2025 after the huge pop. And again, looking at where this company could be in the future, if you look here, you can see that Jefferies, which is a firm that does price targets on different companies, they have a price target all the way in the $25 range for a company that's currently trading at $9.63. So again, this is one of those companies that I think you need to pay attention to. It's in a great space. We have seen the massive moves in the stocks in this particular space in the U.S. I've stated that China is about 2 or 3 years behind, so you can project the moves that we have seen in the U.S. to also factor themselves into China. Also, we have Trump now recently having new talks and interactions with the Chinese president. They're trying to get this TikTok deal done. They're trying to hammer out the details to figure out what we can do about this trade, this tariff issue that we have going on between the U.S. and China. The active communication is a positive. And as a result, we have recently seen huge upticks in the price of several U.S. listed Chinese stocks, Baidu, Baba, to name a couple. VNET, again, is in a key space, and I believe if that positive momentum continues and we get a break of this downtrend line, it would not shock me if in the next year or two we get back to these highs of the 40s that happened back in early 2020 and 2021. Hope you liked the video. If you like the content, please like it, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.